Good morning, class. This is Chitendra Mabutia, a third semester B.Ed student of Siliguri Tarai B.Ed College. So today I'll be taking a biology class, and the topic for today's class is human health and disease. This topic has been taken from CBSE NCERT Standard 12, Chapter 8. So first of all, what is health? Health is defined as a complete state of physical, mental, and social well-being. So physical well-being, it refers where a person is physically fit to do his or her own work. Mentally well-being is a state where the person is able to contribute towards the community, where he can work for the well-being of the society. And the socially well-being, it refers to the state where a person makes a strong relationship with each other. So therefore, health is defined as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. So there are many factors which affects our health. So like the first and the foremost factor is the proper diet. If we do not get proper amount of nutrition and vitamins in our regular diet, then we won't be healthy. So it is very important for us to take an adequate amount of vitamins, minerals, and nutrition in our diet. The next factor is the genetic disorder. So genetic disorder, it is a defect with which the child is born, or the deficiencies with which the child is born. So this defect the child inherits from their parents. Example, like Down syndrome. The next factor is the lack of physical activities, like regular exercise, maintaining proper diet, maintaining a good hygiene is really very essential for maintaining a good health of an individual. So we need to do our regular exercise for maintaining our health. Now, next is the disease. So what do you understand by disease? Is free from all? Yes? Yeah, it is free from all the diseases. So disease is an abnormal condition which affects the functional and structural component of our body, leading to defect or some deformities. So this disease are of two types: infectious diseases and non-infectious diseases. So infectious diseases is a disease condition in which the disease can be transmitted from one person to another person. So it is also termed as communicable diseases. So some of the examples of this are common cold, tuberculosis, AIDS, and now non-infectious diseases. Non-infectious diseases are the diseases which cannot be easily transmitted from one person to another. So it is also termed as non-communicable disease. That means the transmission is not possible from one person to another. So some of the examples of this non-infectious diseases are cancer and diabetes. Now, let us discuss about some common diseases in or organism. So diseases are caused by various organisms known as pathogen, and they can be either bacteria, they can be viruses, they can be protozoan, they can be helminths, or they can be fungi. Now let us discuss sequentially, okay? Now let us look at some of the diseases which are caused by bacteria. The first disease is a typhoid. The typhoid is caused by a bacterium known as Salmonella typhi. So this Salmonella typhi, it is a gram-negative bacilli. So what happens in typhoid? Yes, fever. Okay, so let us see how the person gets contaminated with this disease. So when a person ingests a food or the water which is contaminated with this bacterium, this bacteria, they enter inside our body. So once the bacteria is inside our body, they goes to the small intestine and they infect the small intestine, and after that they travel to other parts of our body and the blood, and it leads to a very high fever of up to 39 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius, and it leads to weakness, will have a fatigue, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain. So sometimes there will be the intestinal perforation and severe death may occur. So this typhoid is detected by a test known as a Vidal test. So this Vidal test is a serological test. Now next is a pneumonia. Pneumonia is caused by a bacterium known as Streptococcus pneumoniae and Haemophilus influenzae. So in pneumonia, what happens when the bacteria, it infects our body, it enters inside our body and it infects the alveoli of our lungs. So when it infects the alveoli of our lungs, the alveoli of the lungs get filled with a fluid, and it leads to a severe problem in respiration. Then the infected person, he can't breathe properly. There will be a fever, headache, nausea. So the mode of transmission in this pneumonia is through the aerosol, a droplet of the infected person, sharing of the glasses, sharing of the utensils. So this is a disease caused by the bacteria. Now let us look at some of the diseases which are caused by the viruses. The first most example is the common cold. Yes, everybody of us has suffered from the common cold. So we know the symptoms, no? Now let us look at the common cold. How is it caused? So in common cold, it is caused by a group of viruses known as a rhinovirus. So in common cold, when this virus, it infects our body, what happens? It causes a nasal congestion and infects our respiratory tract. It infects our respiratory tract and it causes the nasal congestion. We'll have a sore throat. We'll have a fever. We'll have a headache. We'll have a runny nose. Yes? So the mode of transmission is through the droplets of the infected person, sharing of the same handkerchiefs or towel, sharing of same cups, sharing of same pens, mouse, keypad, etc. So whenever we suffer from common cold, what is the first and the foremost thing? We need to isolate ourselves. Yes, we need to isolate ourselves and protect ourselves and our families. So can anyone give me what is the most prominent example of this disease caused by the virus in this pandemic situation? Yes, corona. So this corona is also caused by a coronavirus, which belongs to the family Coronaviridae, and it is also very contagious. And even this can be often transmitted by, it is an airborne transmission, yes, by touching or by the droplets. That's why if you have any symptoms of this disease, then we need to isolate ourselves and protect our families and our community. Now the next disease is caused by a protozoan, and it is a malaria. So malaria is caused by a protozoan known as a Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium vivax, and Plasmodium malariae. So Plasmodium falciparum, it is very violent and virulent in nature. Now let us see at the malaria. So I think we are running out of time. So we'll be discussing the rest in our next class. Hope you understood. Thank you.